Welcome back for another day of Operation Mass. It is a rest day, so calories are dropped. I only do 5 meals. I switched up the meal plan, new coach. On the rest days though, instead of egg whites, like an egg white omelet with veggies, cream rice, and blueberries, we're gonna do these muffins. So it's 450 grams of egg whites, 170 grams of cream rice. I did the cinnamon roll flavor, 3 grams of baking powder, some ground cinnamon, a cap of vanilla extract, 1 pack of stevia. And then we're gonna add in the 100 grams of blueberries on top, preheat the oven to 375, cook these bad boys up, top it with some more ground cinnamon, 1.5 grams of salt, and then some sugar-free syrup. I already knocked out my vacuums. I went to Muscle Factory, did my mobility work, and knocked out 12 minutes on the stairs. As I stated in a previous video, cardio got switched up, so it's 4 days of cardio. 2 days are low intensity steady state on the incline treadmill, and 2 days are HIIT cardio on the Stairmaster, where it's 1 minute on level 4, 1 minute on level 9, and you repeat that 6 times for 12 minutes. So did that. Had some coffee. I'm gonna have a little bit more here in a little bit. It is the, I'm loving this one right now. It is the fruity cereal. It's got a unicorn on it, from Bones. And then, so I'm gonna shower before, shower and after, throw these muffins in. Once I get the blueberries in there, slam this breakfast. And then a little bit later today, I will be doing some meal prepping of chicken, meal prepping of rice, meal prepping of asparagus and mushrooms, and then just working on a lot of work. I got Big Rich on the TV over there. And then tomorrow, we're gonna try to just rest up because tomorrow we got quads. So hack squat, leg press, which I will take you guys through. And we'll post that quad workout up on the channel. I think the last workout I did was quads too, so I'll probably have to do like a push and arms workout this Saturday. I'll probably post that as well. Keep you guys in the loop. I got check-ins with Coach tomorrow, so I might just kind of loop it all into one video for 2 days. But I'll show you the muffins after I cook them. All right, muffins are done, and you just stick a fork through them, or I was about to say a Q-tip. Whatever the wooden stick things are called. Skewer's the long one. Toothpick, there you go. Jesus. All right, so boom, that's what we got. I said I'll top that with cinnamon, my 1.5 grams of salt, and then some of this absolutely garbage Maple Grove sugar-free syrup, 1 serving there. Then I have my health supplements, digestive enzymes, this is what we're salt in. Have a little more black coffee, and then since this meal has vegetables in it, 100 grams, on the rest days, I do the muffins, so I will be drinking the vegetables. It is a Evogen Greens. It's 20 calories, which pretty much equates to that 100 grams of veggies. Mix it up with that bad boy. Oh yeah, nice and gross, but gotta get my veggies in the off season. Especially with lower fat, slow down digestion a little bit with the hunger still high. Fiber from the veggies will help do that. Woke up at 234.2 this morning, so weight is climbing steadily, conditioning is holding. I got thyroid medication that came in yesterday, T4, which I'm gonna be running this whole off season just to keep the thyroid rolling with the amount of food that we have, and we're gonna continue to roll up the food and continue to push up the weight and the strength and keep getting muscle because conditioning's holding, man. This is by far the best I've ever looked at this weight, by far. Very productive off season so far. All right, digestive enzyme going down. Finished product. Not too shabby. Finish up our greens. Have this beautiful breakfast. I don't want to cut them. Oh, hot, man. Woo! Real hot. Bomb, boom. So, no fats in this meal. Only fats I have are the last 2 meals. and pretty much all from red meat. My last meal is 225 grams of flank. The meal before that is 225 grams of 90-10 ground sirloin and 15 grams of almond butter, but I do have 5 grams of fish oil in here, which is a few grams of fat. But what's done the physique so far, I think it's been great. So carbs were at like 570. Now on training days, upper body days, they're at 685. Quads, they're at 655. And fats went from like 95 to 65, and 65 on rest days and training days. And all I've noticed is that the physique is just fuller. So it's just benefited. More carbs, still keeping 65 grams of fat in for, that's kind of your baseline to help with bile production, to help with digestion, to help with, you know, hormonal balance, that type of stuff. That's about, should be your baseline, unless you're going into a real strong end of a prep diet. As a full grown man, should have about 65 grams of fat in there, minimum. And then protein should stay constant. I'm doing high protein, about 355 grams a day on training days. Rest days are more like 290, because we cut out the post-workout meal of whey, cream of rice, banana, and honey. I go down to 5 meals on these days. And you just play with carbs. That's just going to help with training. And it's just going to be fuller, more glycogen in the muscle. And I'm loving this new training split right now. It's going great. Just finished the full split yesterday with the second back and hamstrings day. It was awesome. I'm going to switch out the Mega Mass row for the Prime Extreme row, just because it's less of a squeezy movement now. I was using the Mega Mass more as a mid back and lat. Good stretch, but kind of dragging with it. Joseph wants me to get a little more violent. Emphasize a good stretch. Still control the negative, pause in the stretch, and then just be violent and aggressive as shit, pulling up on it. And I think it's going to be better with the Prime Extreme row, with the neutral grip. I use yoga blocks to set it up, so I still get a great stretch. I think I'll be able to be more powerful there. I'll get a little bit better stretch than the Mega Mass. No, I have liked that piece. I wish they still had the Humbler. They got rid of that, so I'm gonna try the Prime Extreme row. And tomorrow, for the quad day, we did Smith machine hip thrusts as the glute movement last week. Connection was okay, but I have real tight low back and glute connective tissue. So we're gonna try the booty builder. It's like a form of pendulum squat. You're almost up like this, and I'm gonna do like 3/4 of the way to the top. Good kind of stretch in the glutes and really just fire up there and just keep constant tension. There's also a different glute kickback machine I might mess around with. It's not a full glute kickback. It's a little bit different than your standard glute kickback, so I might mess around with that. But like either of those better, that's what we're gonna, ride into the ground for our glute movement. If not, I'll probably just go back to that Smith machine hip thrust. So everything else is gonna be the same though. Adductors, leg extensions, hack squat, narrow stance leg press, and then some type of glute movement. And actually this isn't that bad for the greens. I've had worse ones. That's the berry flavored by Evogen. Got it for my girl actually, but I realized I was doing muffins this morning and didn't want to have 100 grams of veggies on the side, so I need to order one of these for myself so I don't drink all of hers. But alright, I'll put this down. Got a lot of work to do. Might show you meal prep and chicken. I'll definitely blend this video with tomorrow's quad day. Like I said, it's also check-in, so if there's any adjustments to the plan tomorrow, update you on that. I'm hoping that food gets raised. A little bit more volume right now, and a little bit more frequency. Get a little more sore. I'm sleeping more though. 7+ hours every night. Sleep scores are like high 80s, mid 80s. I haven't had that in a long time, because my body needs it to recover. So I think I could utilize more food. The body really wants to grow, but I could be biased, me emotionally, just saying that because I'm hungry. So we'll see what we do. There's been a decent weight jump though. There's no need to raise food too much. Plus it's my birthday this weekend, so we might do a dinner on Saturday if I get the go ahead. That's that. Deuces. Alright, so we are meal prepping. Got the big old 25-pound bag of jasmine rice from Costco. So what I do is I measure out the rice. Right now, a little over between 700 and 725 gets me through 2 days, dry weight. So what I'll do is I'll zero this out. And then I'll wash it a few times through until the water runs clear. I'll put it back on, and some of the water will already have soaked in. And then I'll weigh out whatever 1.5 times is. So here we go. 722 times 1.5. So water needs to be, oh, that's not right, at 1,083 grams total. So generally about 300 grams will soak in. So I'll add another 700 whatever to equal the 1083. Here's our chicken breast. Got the oven at 410 degrees. Basil, black pepper, and garlic. Oven gets a bad rap with chicken. I don't know why. Sometimes I air fry it. Sometimes I barbecue it. It's generally a little bit drier. Oven keeps it the most moist. And then I just fire up a little pan, a little skillet, and just sear it up real quick right before I eat it. It's delightful. So put it for about 15 minutes. I'll flip them, and then at 165 I'll pull them out. That means fully cooked, still pretty juicy. And that's how I meal prep my chicken and rice. Also be meal prepping asparagus later. What I do have is a steamer coming, so I'll be able to put a steamer in here and steam the asparagus. Sometimes I do oven, air fryer, pan, but sometimes it's just been a little bit dry and too crispy. And I want to steam asparagus, so I threw away the steamer because I never use it. So I had to order another one off Amazon. I can only find a 2-pack, so there's $17.83 wasted, but worth it right now. And that's gonna be it for the meal prepping. I'm gonna get to it. That's it, getting meal 6 ready. So I got the steamer here. Put some water in the rice cooker. Got our organic asparagus. Take this bad boy. We got our steak in here. Pop that on. And hit steam. I don't know if I put too much or if that's gonna be okay. I kind of put a lot of asparagus, so we'll see if that works or not. Having a Sprite Zero. Ended up getting in a little nap. Then impromptu went and got a little massage. So it was kind of needed. Felt great. I'm gonna sear up some mushrooms, heat up the flank steak, and we'll get that steamed asparagus, some pepper, some basil, and then I have this smoking poppy rosemary barbecue sauce. And that wraps up today. That's it for another episode of Operation Mass, and I'll see you back probably for quads mañana. So deuces.